Oh, so did you have like a cold recently?
Me? No. Why?
Oh, you just had a little congested. Maybe it's because your nose is close to the mic and not your mouth.
I am a little congested. I don't know. Yeah. No. Maybe. I'm tired.
Or your nose knows.
Follow your nose.
All right, there's got to be some banter in there that we can use.
Yes. Sorry. I'm my brain.
Welcome to Namely 90s. Wow. The podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
That's right, you're listening to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew, and over there is Brandon.
That's me.
You can find us online at namely90s.com or on Instagram and Bluesky at namely90s. You can also find the show on YouTube every Monday at namely90s.com/YouTube or youtube.com/@namely90s. And also, if you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/namely90s, also with the 90s, and get signed up for one of our support levels. While you still can, if the world still exists after Tuesday, tomorrow.
Yeah. Who has anxiety? We do. Yeah. Yeah. Go, if you haven't voted yet, well, you can't right now if you're listening to this on Monday in most places, which is weird because why can't you? Vote. Just vote. Find a way to vote. Legally, of course. If you're in a red state, don't take a photo of your ballots and post it to social media, because that will nullify your vote, most likely. And this is true if there is at least 10 states that you can't take a photo of your mail-in ballot. There's 15 or so states that you can't take a photo of your ballot in the polling place. There's, I think, 20 states that you can't take a photo in a polling location. There's a great USA Today article that gives you all the places that you can or cannot post or can photo
Post. Well, the Republicans will be having a watch party with the special guests, a firing squad, and Liz Cheney. He literally said that she should be killed by a firing squad.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm still stuck on they're wearing garbage bags right now because Joe Biden said after the Puerto Rico garbage island comment from last weekend that they were garbage. So now they're wearing garbage bags.
Well, at least they're not wearing maxi pads on their ears still.
Oh, dude. I went, one of my friends hosted Halloween, and a kid came up dressed up as our 45th president and had like the little maxi pad thing. He cracked us up. It was pretty good.
Again, he said in public that Liz Cheney should be killed by a firing squad.
Yeah.
This actually happened last week. What?
Yeah. What? Where? And how and why? Why and how?
Tell me your Wi-Fi story. I can't talk about this anymore.
Okay, so yesterday, the day before recording this last Saturday, I for 30 years in a row participated in Extra Life game day, which is a day where people stream to raise money for the Children's Hospital Miracle Network. Some order of that word jumble is the correct way. And I'm a part of a relay team that's been doing it for the last 3 years. And this year, instead of having to do the late night shift, I got early morning. I was slot number 2. I did our 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. of a streaming relay, twitch.tv/bschwitty. You can find me there next year. And I did Ocarina of Time, a 3-heart run, which really is not much different from just playing Ocarina of Time, starting with 3 hearts. Anyway, I get tossed the baton. I look at chat and they're saying I moving like 1 frame per minute.
Didn't this happen last year too?
It didn't. I don't think it happened for. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't. I didn't have 98% frame drop. Yeah, and so I was like, "What is going on?" I did an internet speed test, and it was 0.5 megabits per second, and I was like, "Okay." Luckily, I had to upgrade my cell phone plan recently because at my new work, I'm not nowhere close to the Wi-Fi. So anytime I open up Instagram, it just downloads high quality videos. And I'm just like, so I was
a different data plan.
Yes. So instead of my usual 5 gigabytes a month, I was hitting $45 worth of overage charges. So I was just like, you know what? I just ordered the new iPhone. I might as well upgrade to 5G LTE plus whatever it is now. There's like 7 different icons underneath 5G on my phone now. Don't know what it means, but it really has been going much faster since I've gotten my new phone and haven't been able to update or to transfer anything over to it yet for the last 2 weeks.
Over on T-Mobile, we have the 5G UC.
Ulcerative colitis, yeah. I have a 5G
5G ulcerative colitis.
So so I streamed from my iMac to my phone as a what do you call it, mobile hotspot.
I only have 5 gigs of tethering a month, but I might upgrade to have unlimited.
Yeah. I don't actually know what my tethering is. I think whatever I upgraded to gave me 90 gigs before.
Oh, that's good.
Slowing. So hopefully I haven't wasted it all yet, but it rolls over in like a week or 2. Anyway, that was my exciting first 15 minutes of my 2-hour stream. So I made it halfway through Dodongo's Cavern, playing Ocarina of Time. The part where you have to, where that pillar is with all the bombs.
Mm-hmm.
That's as far as I made it. So, if anyone wants to see me finish a 3-heart run of Ocarina of Time, let me know, because that was actually really fun. I got to finally use my N64 Switch controllers, and then when I did a speed test with my mobile phone, I got the speeds that you were describing earlier, Andrew, before we started recording. So I was like, huh.
Yeah, as you know, last week I was without Wi-Fi, so I was recording from my phone, but like our house is on a hill and the cell signal's not great. Mm-hmm. Like you can get phone calls, but it's not like 5G Ultra or whatever.
Yeah.
But now the cable person came after 4 days of no internet, where we were essentially Amish, and got it all fixed up. So we're happy with that.
Nice.
And I have fast internet again.
That's good. That's always good. I didn't start the timer, so I don't know where we are. But
how did the stream go? Did you raise funds?
Yeah, so my goal is usually 200 to raise 200. I ended up raising 300, although I do match the first 100, so a third of that's me. But yeah, I raised over $300. Technically, someone donated $69.69. So I'm pennies away from 300. But yeah, I raised about $300 for Seattle Children's Hospital.
Nice.
Yeah, I was proud of that, and the team itself, our goal was 2,000. I think currently we've only raised 1,600. So I don't know. I'll put a link
Nice.
to my page in the description. Yeah. I think it's open for the rest of the month. So if anyone listening wants to donate to Seattle Children's Hospital, the link in bio.
I think we did.
Yes, you did. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much to you and your family.
I went to the Children's Hospital a number of times as a child.
Yeah.
And so did one of my children. So there you go.
I didn't know that about. I forgot about that. Either way, speaking, and one of your children got to watch my stream a little bit with Kayla in the morning. So,
speaking of children's hospitals,
yes,
the election in 1996. Yes, we're both really tired. That was not a good segue, but it was time to segue.
Well, so I have. At the beginning of this year, I had a big plan that we would do an election special, that we would talk about the election from one of the elections in the 90s. I mean, the big one was probably 96 because it was Clinton versus Bob Dole, and Ross Perot was like, "I'm here too," and no one gave a fuck.
Well, also, yeah, pretty much. We should have adopted the Daily Show's thing, electile dysfunction. I laughed pretty hard at that.
That's a good one. I've always been partial to Democalypse Now.
That's a good one.
Yeah. But do you want to go over it? I've in lieu of that, I've prepared a game. Which is,
we can do whatever floats your fancy.
Oh, it's up to you. I'm dead. You're dead.
Yeah, true.
It's up to you. Because I have a game for this and a game for after the break that we don't have.
I would say 2 games is probably excessive.
Fair. Okay. Then let's talk about the 1996 presidential election, because this one feels like it's going to kill me.
Yeah, I agree.
But also,
I'm going to be absolutely glued to my television, by the way.
On Tuesday night, yeah.
Terrified energy. And then the swing states never finish that night. So it doesn't really matter. But
it's going to be fun. The 1996 presidential election, incumbent Democratic President Bill Clinton, with his running mate Al Gore, was Bob Dole. Ran against Bob Dole and Pat Buchanan, who's his
crazed conservative lunatic.
Jack Kemp was former professional football player Jack Kemp.
Was this before the Viagra thing or after?
Well, I think you skipped a few beats. It was Bob Dole, Pepsi, I Know Boy, then Viagra.
I mean,
Britney
Viagra
Spears
in the Pepsi. Okay.
Yeah, well, they're both blue, right?
They're both blue.
Yeah, which is weird for a Republican generally represented by red to.
It's a little red pill to give you a boner. Yeah.
It just wakes you up to all the boners that you should be having. Sorry, Brittany. Okay. Incumbent Bill Clinton won. Ross Perot managed to not take any electoral votes this time.
This was before Bill Clinton started canoodling with his secretary or whatever, right?
This was before it came to light, but I'm pretty sure he had at that point. Let me check.
Let me check. That's funny.
Let me just a little Control F, Monica.
So what was the polling controversy?
It began in 1995. The polling controversy, which I linked you to for no reason, was Everett Carl Ladd, who who's a little lad who loves berries and cream, argued that polls had overestimated Clinton's lead during the campaign and thereby dampened interest in the election. God, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if we just didn't have to care about the polls or the election?
Yeah, I think to imply that the polls actually affect it that much. Like, I think disinterest in the election is sort of just general disenfranchisement with the system as a whole.
So the opposite of what happened in 2016 that led to the darkest timeline that we're currently in.
What? Yeah, I mean, and in that case, they were like, it was kind of the opposite. They were like, Hillary's going to win, definitely. And then she didn't.
Yeah.
Whoops. Big mistake.
Because Clinton won the election by a comfortable margin, there was no major reaction towards the impreciseness of these polls. But yeah, he was saying that the polls were so bad that it, like, no one cared. And
the polls are so bad. The voting.
The voting was the worst ever.
The mail-in votes are full of fraud. Fraud.
Good polls on both sides.
Let's firebomb the ballot box.
Oh yeah. That's something that's actually happening in a state that you're in.
But again, like, okay, listen, Republicans, if you're gonna firebomb, like, go to a swing state. Like, it's going to be blue here. I'm sorry, it just is.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand where they're coming from. They're firebombing the places that all the votes are most likely blue to begin with.
Did they already hit all the Planned Parenthoods? They're looking for other things to firebomb?
You know
what you're saying?
Yes. I pass by the Planned Parenthood on my way to work every day. And it's early enough that I can flip off the people that are parking in all the spots in front of it so they can try to send women away from there.
Yeah, I have the same attitude toward the Boeing employees who are still on strike. Like, they literally offer you like a 40% pay raise. And like, here's the thing. You can sit there and strike, but at a certain point, like, we're going to chase them out of our state, and then you're not going to have a job at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure. It's kind of like shooting yourself in your own foot.
I was surprised to learn that they were still on strike.
Like, I want a gold bar for everybody. Like, come on, folks. Anyway.
I support the proletariat. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's just like a lack of rationale there, you know?
Yeah. Work together instead of union busting or something.
Also, in 2024, pensions are trash.
Yes, they are.
All they do is they make non-disciplined people able to invest, but then give them subpar rates of return. Why would you want that?
That is a great question, because that's how it always was and it always will be.
But the problem is, your pension, if the company goes belly up, your pension goes belly up too. But with a 401k, the money is yours and you control the investments and you get a higher rate of return.
So what you're saying is, having a pension at Boeing is going the way of the Doors.
Yeah. Flying out the window and then hitting the ground at a high rate of speed near Portland.
Some would say breaking on through to the other side.
That's not the Who?
No, that's the Doors.
The Doors.
That's the Doors.
Okay, there you go.
An LA woman once told me. So on election day, Clinton defeated Dole by a wide margin, winning 379 electors to Dole's 159, taking 49.2% of the national popular vote to Dole's 40.7%.
We could only be so lucky.
Yeah, I mean, aren't both current candidates at like 48 something each? Like,
probably, but the polls are always garbage. No one knows.
True. Remember, you can drop your absentee ballots off at polling places until 8 p.m. in most states.
You have to walk through a wall of MAGA Republicans.
I don't. I hmm, I believe you have to have like some sort of barrier around a polling place, don't you?
So the ex-president, by the way, right now, the ex-president has been fuming over the Des Moines Register poll showing a toss-up in the state of Iowa and says it shouldn't have been released, sources say. I feel like that's the same thing as the polling controversy we just talked about.
Yeah. It's too, the polls are wrong. They need to be right.
Oh, Kamala went on SNL during the cold open. That's cool.
Yeah, I saw they did the vanity mirror thing where she's on one side and her Maya Rudolph's on the other, and then they came out on stage together. Did the live from New York at Saturday night. Yeah, I hope to be well rested by next recording instead of strung out and dead.
Yeah, you're just gonna have like your hair's gonna be frazzled, your eyes are gonna be bloodshot, like bags under your eyes.
I'm gonna look like
twigs coming out of your hair.
I've dressed up as a pylon. That's a reference to the garbage truck outfit with the orange vest. And have you seen the photo? Have you seen the photo, Andrew?
No.
Okay. Let's see if I can find it. But either way, sometimes you dress up as a sanitation worker because the current president calls your constituents.
Oh, right.
Garbage.
The floating pile of garbage or whatever.
No. Well, no. A comedian at his Madison Square Garden rally called Puerto Rico a floating pile of garbage. So then, like a day or two later, Joe Biden was like, "Hey, Jack, you know who the real pile of garbage are? People that support Trump." And the White House claims in the transcript he meant the supporters that were doing the rally, or like presenting at the rally. But if Joe Biden says something wrong, you gotta latch onto it, and then so now MAGA Republicans are dressing up in garbage bags, and Trump is stumbling trying to get into a Trump Vance garbage truck. Yeah. This is how. Look at the 1996 election and then think of how, as kids, do you think I ever would have said those words in that combination talking about an election?
Boy.
Yeah, it's
maybe we shouldn't have talked about this because now it's causing me deep anxiety.
Yeah, a little agita. Send it to your phone. This is a real photo, not doctored by any. Yeah.
And now we're gonna take a break to do nothing and then just immediately come back.
Exactly. This is where if we put in mid rolls, this is where it would be.
Roll into the next segment. And now let's go to the next segment. This is traditionally where we do a Namely 90s Minute, but
yeah. I mean, I think I cut out the part where you said something about current leader and future great president.
Yeah. Donald J. Trump the third. I don't think he's actually the third, but
I couldn't tell you. Our fearless leader in this autocracy that we have. Autocracy.
So what are we doing for the game?
Okay, so way back when, must have been the last election. Was it the last election? 4 years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little fun game that we played where I had a quote from Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars and a quote from at the time current president Donald J. Trump. And I did a voice for both Palpatine and Trump for each quote that I had. And you had to guess, was it a Palpatine quote or was it a Trump quote? And since our 45th president has only become more unhinged the closer it's come to this election time, I thought I would mix in some new quotes. We had a new Star Wars movie come out. So there's more Palpatine quotes now. Although that might have been before the last election. Who knows? Anyway, I have, I don't know, 12 quotes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 quotes that we can go through. And Andrew, you get to guess. Is it Trump or is it Palpatine? You're bringing it back, y'all. Does that mean we're out of ideas? Maybe.
Yes. Let the hate flow through you.
Yes, which would be Trump.
Donald Trump. Referring to people who are not white.
Yes. All right, we're going to start with wipe them out, all of them. And I get to use my bad Trump impression, hopefully for the last time. Wipe them out, all of them. Wipe them out, all of them.
I'm going to go Palpatine. This seems even a little extreme for Trump, who, by the way, last week said that Liz Cheney should go in front of a firing squad.
Yeah, I feel like this time around, that one is not a stretch to be a Trump quote, but you are correct. That is Emperor Palpatine.
Ding.
I wish I remember what that was from. I didn't even write that down on my end. Wipe them out of them. Oh, that's from Phantom Menace. Yeah. Anyway, as Darth Sidious. Next one. He abolished our southern border. Or he abolished our southern border.
That one has to be Trump. He's all about that border. He's got a huge hard-on for that border.
I mean, you never know. What if the wild space refugees are trying to get into the core? No, you're right. That is a quote from our 45th president, DJT. You're 2 for 2 already. Yeah, I'm going to give you the grace of missing 2, I want to say.
Yeah, because these seem pretty
cut and dry.
Yeah.
Pretty cut and dry. But let's see.
Next one.
Let's see. Have I been doing Trump first or Palpatine first? I don't remember.
Trump.
All right. And you never want to use it, but the way you don't use it is by letting everyone know that we have it bigger and better, stronger than they do.
This is... Oh, you do Palpatine first.
And you never want to use it, but the way you don't use it is by letting everyone know that we have it bigger and better, stronger than they do.
I've never heard anyone explain nuclear deterrence in a way that made it sound so ridiculous and stupid.
I love that you know exactly what this quote is about.
Yeah, it's just like, what the... I mean, he's not wrong, but it's like explaining it to a kindergartner.
Which probably is how it was explained to him.
Donald Trump.
Yep, 3 for 3.
Ding. It's actually referring to the Death Star.
Yes.
You never want to use it.
It's treason. Sorry. It's treason then. Or it's treason then. Do you know this one? It's treason then. It's treason then.
I'm going to say that's that's Donald Trump. I think it's not a full statement.
Final answer.
Yeah.
That is actually from episode 3, when the Jedi have come to arrest Sheev Palpatine. And yep. But
all right.
But I'm sure if you search the exact quote on Google and Donald Trump, you could find a transcript where he may have said that. So who knows? We have everything that has transpired has done so according to my design. Everything that has transpired has done so according to my design.
I think we did this from last time. That has to be Palpatine. Trump isn't capable of uttering that sentence.
But it'd be fun if he did, right? Everything that has transpired is done so according to my design. You're correct. Ding. It is Palpatine. That's Return of the Jedi when Luke's like, I have my friends and blah, 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 and we're going to take you down. He's like, I know about your friends on the forest moon. You'll find that the shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive. Anyway. Next up, we have... so we made a lot of really great stars sitting there. So we made a lot of really great stars sitting there.
It's Donald Trump, and it's so sad that like the only adjectives he has are really and great.
It's so true.
Palpatine will not speak that way.
That's so true. You're correct.
Ding.
You're at 5 out of 6. Well done. You're halfway there. This one might be a tough one. Although maybe we've heard it before. Who knows? There's nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire. There is nothing of greater importance to There's nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire.
That has to be the Emperor.
Are you sure that's not Donald Trump talking about?
Yeah, again, that's just too much of a sentence.
Neo-colonialism.
What was that? Can we wrap this maybe after 10?
Yep, you got it.
Cool.
Let's go with she's a terrible person, and she has no idea what she's doing.
That is Donald Trump referring to either Nancy Pelosi or Liz Cheney.
Are you sure it's not? She's a terrible person, and she has no idea what she's doing.
I'm pretty sure.
You are correct. All right. Dos Mas?
Was he talking about Liz Cheney?
I do not remember I think he's talking about Kamala.
Okay, yeah, that's probably
Kamala. But I can assure you, my resolve has never been stronger.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
But I can assure you, my resolve has never been stronger.
Well, it sounds like Palpatine. But I'm gonna go Palpatine on this one.
All right, you are correct. Ding. All right, last one. We're gonna go with. We're gonna win like never before, or we're going to win like never before.
He did win before, though. What does that sentence even mean? Yeah, that's Donald Trump.
Ding. Power, unlimited power.
I would be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised to hear. Maybe after he wins.
No, you're right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So thank you for playing along with us. Hopefully we'll be with you next week. If not, the worst has happened and we've been arrested. So that's it for this week's election edition of Namely 90s. Remember, you can find new episodes out every Monday. Find us on Instagram, Bluesky, and YouTube at Namely 90s with 90s, and tell us what you want us to talk about on future episodes. If you'd like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Namely90s, also with 90s, and you can find us on our website, namely90s.com, unless you're the Gestapo. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Audible, Power, Unlimited Power, Pocket Cast, Castbox, iHeart, Good Pods, and wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm Brandon, that's Andrew, and we will catch you. Actually, no, I'm Jose, and that's Juan, and we will catch you hopefully next time.
He literally said Liz Cheney should go in front of a firing squad.
That is insane. Hi, Kayla.